This podcast right here is sponsored by Jew Bang Spooky Fridays, available on SoundCloud right now. The link is in the description box, so make sure you check that shit out. Yeah, what it is, people? It's your boy Doggie Diamonds. We on No Filter Podcast. I got motherfucking introduce yourself.
Beasley, man.
So when do you determine when you gonna do the voice for the smack videos?
Oh shit, man. How did it come about? Or?
No, like period. You was like Beasley. I would expect you to say Beasley.
Nah,
Yeah.
And that shit kind of came about just via necessity. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like we was trying to figure out a way to do it without sounding crazy. And then one day we was just playing around.
And it
Just
worked.
stuck. And people kind of liked it because it gave a sports feel because that's what we were trying to establish with the battles and everything.
How long you been in the entertainment business?
Man, I've been in the entertainment business since probably 93.
Cause you like a hip hop historian like me. Remember that time we were in the
94.
spot battling? Or he was like,
who
"Yo,
knows
but
this?
who knows
Yeah.
this and who knows that and shit."
Yeah, like, young interning, walking to the offices, trying to get on, trying to knock on doors and,
So you remember when shit was fun?
yeah. I remember when a record company was like a mecca of sound. Like you would walk in, you got, dudes blasting beats on this side of the room, dudes blasting music on this side of the room. It's just music going through the hallways. People are excited.
Snipes, they hanging
dudes
posters.
walking in offices, throwing tapes and tape decks and DAT machines and CDs and blasting music and comparing beats and rhymes and dudes just rhyming and you could just rap and get a deal and all types of crazy shit. They don't have that anymore.
And then
go
you-
on a
yeah,
record
and then you
label's
could
like
go
an
on-
architectural firm.
Yeah, and then you go in one office, it might be T-shirts in there. You go in there and grab you some hats, some T-shirts and posters and free shit. Now you go there, it's like it's set up like a computer IT place and shit
Yeah,
like that.
it's boring.
Boring as fuck and shit.
No energy.
No staff really. Used to know the receptionist, used to know the mail boy, everything.
Right, and it was live, man. There was a certain energy that was going on that was coming in from the street, and you could just see it in the offices. And you would just be hearing about people, and you see them in the hallway. You see artists in the hallway, artists just in different dudes, A&R's offices, playing new songs, playing beats, picking up beats from producers, running into dudes, slapping hands, exchanging information. It was crazy, man.
Do you think that's what hurt the music business? That essence is gone?
Yeah, I think it's a number of things. I think technology hurt the music business, believe it or not. It made things easier, but it hurt things as well.
To where dudes don't have to come to the office, just email me.
Yeah, that you lose that vibe and that live energy. But what happened was, back then, you know what I'm saying, for those that are watching, when people used to make music, they used to record them on reels. And it was a machine. It was like a tape. You could go in and get the tape and you put it on. The shit was expensive.
Hell yeah.
Back then, back
was
in
a
the days,
buck.
a buck, shit was like $300
For a real?
for a reel.
I got a
Just
cheap.
a reel.
I got a cheap reel.
A reel was about $279 to $300, right? And you had to like do this thing called striking the reel.
Yeah,
you couldn't just like go in and just set
You
it
had
up.
to
It took
format
like
it.
15 to 20 minutes just to set up the reel.
Yeah, facts.
Right? And then you only could put like 2 songs on
the
one
reel.
reel.
Yep.
Right? And like once some shits was laid down on the reel, it's over.
Yeah,
If you put some hot garbage on there,
No,
you gotta buy a new reel.
No,
It's
that
over.
was. I remember those days, but I must have been getting cheap reels. And
Yeah,
shit.
so you could that was how you did that. So what I'm saying is when Pro Tools, CDs started to come into fruition, it made it easy for everyone to record.
Because before Pro Tools, it was ADAT, then it was DA88s, and then it went straight up digital Pro Tools,
Right.
and then it was just like the game is over.
Right, because what happened is now anybody can be an artist.
Yep.
You had to either have money to get into a studio, or you really had to go get some backing from a company to be able to go in and make a record. Because I even remember a story of KRS One telling about how they made The Bridges Over, how they only had, or South Bronx, I believe, and they only had like 2 hours of studio time.
Yep.
So they had to run in there, cram all the songs, get them into the very last minute, and then they got out of the studio, and that's how they made the record. But once music became so easy to make, everybody felt that they could do it. So not only did that diminish the value of the stuff that was put out, but it made it to where the importance of the MC was diminished on some level, because people didn't even attempt to rap unless you was nice. It was disrespectful. So people had a love towards the culture, so they wouldn't disrespect the culture. They had to pay certain
money to rap at one point.
You had to pay certain money to rap, and you kind of had to be respected. Like the average person didn't feel that they could be a rapper. That's
Remember at one point, if you said you was a rapper, they looked at you like a clown almost. Like, are you doing that rap shit? Like, nobody do that rap shit. But you was respected if you had skill. Reason why I'm saying that is that because if you didn't have skill, they was like, fuck out of here, you whack. Mm-hmm. Now it's like being whack. The wackest dude is the best dude.
Wackest guy's the best guy. The difference, though, what I do think, and where I think everybody gets confused, people talk about the newer music, and I've learned, coming from someone who, grew up on Nas, Jadakiss, and, stuff like that. That was kind of like the era that I really appreciated. But I think what happens, that people have to understand, from old school guys to new guys, that there is a new genre out. And I think when we call the new music hip hop, it's a grave injustice to hip hop music, and it's a grave injustice to those artists that make that music, because there is a certain amount of skill into making those party records. So when you say, the problem is, we're all young, creative people. Mm-hmm. And they just assume because there's a new wave of music coming, that's hip-hop that young urban people are doing. It doesn't necessarily mean it's hip-hop. I think that the music that's out now, it has elements of hip-hop. I think it's more so a derivative of the original. It's an offshoot.
So what should we just call it, mumble rap?
We should call it dance music, party music. I think it's more about a vibe. It's more tribal as opposed to anything else.
Crack baby
and
music.
It's not even about if one is better than the other. That's a matter of preference. But it is different, because hip hop does have a format. There's a certain amount of bars you're supposed to have, and there's a certain amount of there's a certain attitude that you have to have as an MC. An MC says, I'm the best guy rapping. I'm down to prove that at any time. I'm the best. I'm the best rapper. I got bars at any moment. Yo, DJ, drop the beat. That is an MC, and that is the essence of hip hop. It's steeped in competition from every aspect, from breakdancing to DJing, scratching, fashion, clothes, art, rapping. It's all about who's the best.
That's culture.
Right. That part of the culture is gone.
Yeah.
The new guys, they don't want to be the best rapper.
They want to be the richest. They want to be the drunkest. Right. They want to be the highest.
They don't have any care for being on flex. They don't have any care for having these bars or these spit sessions. They don't care about that. And I'm not saying that makes what they do any less important or inferior, because to this era, this is what they identify with. But you cannot call that hip hop. Okay? Because they rap a little bit, it's an offshoot. It's like saying because Chris Brown kicks a rap that he's a rapper. He's a singer. You know what I'm saying? Usher has rapped. Does it make him a rapper? No. You know what I mean? So just because somebody looks like they're from the street, they're not necessarily doing hip hop or street music. They're doing something else that has elements of hip hop and rap in it, but it's not necessarily rap.
Is there an R&B culture anymore? Is there R&B? There is no R&B.
R&B is practically invisible.
Yeah.
If you do R&B, you will be on a Tom Joyner cruise.
Shit.
You were not connecting with any youth.
And we love that R&B though. We're not getting it fucked up.
R&B was dope because it was a time where people could differentiate the two genres.
Yep.
Where like you could listen to Hot 97 and you could hear Biggie record and then turn around and Donnell Jones will come on and you don't turn the station.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You don't really have that element now. All the music is kind of like a fusion. So, I mean, there's things that happen, and as we progress, we grow, and we come into different forms of entertainment and music. But I do think there has to be not necessarily a divide. I'm not here to say which music is better, but I do think that it deserves a title, because what Future does, everybody can't do.
And they think they can because of auto-tune.
What Young Thug does, everyone can't do. So they do deserve respect for their type of music, But there's no way you can put Fetty Wap and Nas in the same category as an award
When
show.
you say hip hop, yeah,
And say
that's
hip hop
not-
because it's not hip hop. I like Fetty Wap. I think he's entertaining, but he
But it
doesn't
ain't
do
a
what
not-
Nas does.
it ain't no
and
Common-
Nas can't do what Fetty Wap
Yeah,
does.
there ain't no Common. It ain't Kendrick. It ain't none of that.
I look at the music almost like, let me see, like you know how when you go to like there's club music, right? Like if you think about like what's come out from club music, there's been house music, then there's EDM, there's electronica, there's all these different titles that
Techno.
everybody else gets. There's contemporary rock, there's metal, there's death metal, there's this, there's that. But anytime that there's young black music, it's hip hop. That's it. It's all rap.
Yep.
No, there has to be. Even the way that the younger guys express themselves is different. Culturally.
Yeah.
They paint their nails, they dye their hair green. It's like almost like a rock star type of a vibe. You know, sometimes they wear dresses.
Kind of
like
homo.
Yeah, it's kind of. That's
It's
an opinion.
homo.
But it's a different expression. Although it does have a strong urban feel, and a lot of them are from the streets and they come.
They
from
killers
different
and shit, but they got a dress on.
But they're expressing a different culture and a different genre of music.
And that's where
where
hip
the
hop.
confusion goes. So when you call that music and you say you play, this is where hip hop lives, and you play all that music to a kid who's young growing up, he thinks that that's hip hop, and he calls it that. And then lyricism is diminished because it doesn't hold the same amount of importance, because what is considered to be a successful rapper is not actually rap. It's another genre that's unnamed. So I just think that's where a lot of confusion comes in. And now I listen to it from a different ear. Like when I say, okay, that music's for parties, for strip clubs. I understand that, I respect it. When I'm driving to my mother's house, though, and I'm getting on the highway for 4 hours, I'm definitely putting on a Nas album or a Jadakiss album because I want to think, I want to get in the zone. When I'm in the club, maybe I don't want to hear that. I just want to bounce. I want to see the girls move.
Yeah.
And, I'll play the newer music. And now that I look at it through that lens, it's helped me to understand it and respect it. So I don't have any, the new music, the bad music.
It's called mumble rap. That's
There
what
you
I
go.
call it.
Urban dance.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Turn up.
Yeah, turn up. But bounce. Crack baby music. Yeah. Now, so you being in the music industry, you made a transition from that. Well, you still always was in the industry, but then you became into the DVD culture with Smack.
Yes.
How the hell did you meet Smack?
It's crazy. I was working with an artist, and I wanted him to get on. My man Vaughn, he had said, "Y'all, that was on the Smack," and I'm like, "On the what?"
Yeah.
On the what? And he's like, "Yeah, that was on the Smack." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Well, what is that?" He's like, "It's this DVD. They be having interviews and all this crazy shit on it." So I was like, "Let me check it out." So he had brought it to me, showed it to me. I was like, "Oh, this is dope." So at the time I was working with an artist, I wanted to try to get him on the DVD. So couldn't find Smack. He was an enigma. He wasn't on camera. Didn't know who he was. Didn't know what he looked like. Where, when it was coming out. No wild phone number, email, nothing. Zero, zilch. I went to my man was managing a group called Nappy Roots.
Okay.
I went to their video shoot. And while they was there, I walk in and I bump into this guy. He's leaving, and I'm walking in and bumping. "Oh, what's up?" And I'm like, "What's up?" What's up? What's going on? "Yeah, Smack."
Just like that.
I said, "Yo, man, I'm looking for you, man.
Yeah.
I've seen your shit, man."
It's the no beard dude, though, right?
Yeah, young looking guy. So I take his number down. We start talking. That day, I hooked up. Who was it? It was Lord Tariq, and he had bought Corey guns with him.
Okay.
So that's when you saw like the Get 'Em, the famous Corey freestyle or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we did that. And then from that day, I kind of still was in the music business. At that time, I wasn't working at a label, but I was kind of like hustling, managing producers, running around with tapes, trying to get beats placed and stuff like that. So I still knew a lot of people. So Smack was more technical. A lot of people don't know. He was shooting and editing.
He was filming it. Yeah, he was doing that shit.
You know what I mean? So, but I kind of knew more people on the inside. So I was like, yo, this is interesting. So I just was like, yo, maybe we could make this bigger, get more people on it. So I started to like make phone calls and holler at different rappers that I knew and tell them about it. And this is before YouTube was out.
There was,
This is a good way to, get some shit around and going. And before you knew it, we just started working.
Yeah. So you do the Smack DVD. What's the craziest shit that happened on the Smack DVD that didn't make the DVD?
Man, one day, let me see, there's a couple, man. But one day, man, we was in Soundview Projects, and we was up there shooting Lord Tariq, and his man had come out and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna let the gun off.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna zip down the block on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
So this man comes, pow, 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 pow. Now, for people that don't know, that don't live in the New York City area, Soundview is a notorious housing project
in the Bronx.
Very, very serious place. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? A lot of indictments, a lot of guys going down, not coming home. You know what I'm saying? So this dude, now mind you, it's like on this back block where the end of the projects is at. It's like you have to go like in a U to like get in and out of the project. It's almost like a dead end street. So the dude fires the gun, does a wheelie. So now we had a cameraman that was working with us. He was like kind of like interning. So Smack was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Go get the car ready. This nigga gonna let the joint off. We gonna get the film because it's gonna get hot out here. Because they knew the police was gonna come. So it's like, all right, cool. So we send the cameraman to go get the car. So me and Smack are standing there. Smack is filming. The guy rolls up on the joint. He got this bandana on. He's like, Soundview. Blah, bow, 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 bow. Lets off the shots, right? He takes off down the block on a dirt bike doing a wheelie. All of a sudden, you see a car hit him. Boom!
Hit him with the car?
Hit the motorcycle with the car. Boom! The dude does a wild cartwheel, flips off the bike. Pistol slides in the street. Yo, I don't know where they came from.
5-0.
No, bro. All of a sudden, niggas is like, oh shit, the DTs knocked him off the bike.
Oh shit.
Right? He's like, oh shit. So then now when the car hits the motorcycle, there's like a public school across the street from the projects.
Damn.
The car careens out of control and crashes into the gate of the public school. And we're like, oh shit. And the airbag comes out. So we're like, oh shit. So then, but simultaneously, yo, I swear to you, the dude gets up off the bike, off the floor, runs in the project. Somebody comes, grabs the bike. Someone grabs the pistol. That shit was a clean scene in under 5 seconds. I said, oh, these niggas is professional.
Yeah.
Soundview, shout to Soundview.
Yeah,
they got that crime. That there was no scene. It was gone.
Shout out to the homie Hocus for a fifth.
Right, got homie up out of there. Right. So we're looking. Smack is like, yo, son, what this nigga with my car, man?
Oh wow.
We looking. We go down the block. It's the cameraman.
That
he hit the guy on the bike.
Damn.
The intern hit the guy off the bike, and he's crashed up. And he got the airbag out. Smack's car's crashed into the gate. Yo, I'm like, yo, Smack, man, we should call an ambulance. It's like, I can't believe this nigga crashed my car, man.
It is all you thinking about,
like,
right?
yo, man, this crashed my car, man. He's not hurt. Get up, man. Get up. Smack is losing his mind. Like, yo, wake up, man. He was like, yo, I don't understand. How does the dude on the bike with no helmet get up and run in the projects and he hit him with the car and he's knocked out?
Yeah.
So then he's like, crazy. Man. And then in the back of the car, it's loaded with Smack DVDs.
Wow.
Like mad boxes, mad stuff in there. So we just look. All of a sudden, the fire department comes, bang, police. Smack's like, I'm out of here, man.
He left his car?
What? Got in my truck. We left. We're downtown. But nothing ever happened from it. You know what I'm saying? Hope there's no statute of limitations.
Yeah,
I don't remember nothing. I don't know who this kid was that let the gun off. He had a bandana on his face. I don't know who he was.
So from doing the DVDs, was it times where dudes was mad at y'all? Because I know they used to they don't know the shit we went through doing DVDs. Oh, yeah. Was it like people would beef on Smack and say, fuck this dude?
People would beef on Smack. You had guys that wanted to be on that felt that they deserved to be on it. You know, we were kind of selective. You know how it was.
Yeah, definitely. Doing a come-up DVD.
You got to remember, like, it's like anything else. Like when there's an outlet or a platform, and people see people on it, they want to get on it. But it's a little more intensified for us because we were on street level. We're people can look at you filming. They can hear, yo, he was over here. Yo, he's over there.
Yep.
So every time you go out to shoot, there's a new goon or a super tough guy that's coming to try to pressure his way onto a DVD, or yo, why can't I get on? Or me and my man are gonna pay, and this, So it was a lot of that. A lot of guys feeling like you should just look
sense
out
of
for
entitlement.
them, shoot a documentary for them, put them on the cover. I should have the cover over him, and it's just it was a lot.
Rest in peace, Sandman. Sandman had like 900 guns on the DVD. Were y'all a little apprehensive about that a little bit? Like,
bro, I mean, that was Smack's man, because he was from Queens.
Yeah, wipe your.
Well, I'm sweating. It's hot in here, yo. Doggie Diamonds got me in here like a slave,
we working and
bro.
shit though. This is what we do, man. We having a good time though.
Nah, we having fun.
Yeah.
But that was I was cool with Sandman too.
Rest in peace, Sandman.
Rest in peace of Sandman. Bad Company.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They were serious guys. That was just that was part of what the culture was.
Yeah,
the street, You know what I mean?
That changed shit though. That was just like
that was kind of one of the things that got people feeling like it was live.
People
wanted to see. People know everybody got guns, but when you see a guy standing with his gun and he's like,
with his
it was shocking.
Guns. It was
right. And it's because what happened was there was a certain crew. I forgot who it was. It was like some unknown guys that pulled out the joint. Like, he set it off. Then it became the thing to do. Like, I'm gonna get my guys and my guns, and I'm gonna, then it became corny. So we,
started.
We pulled away from it.
What made y'all start doing the battles on the DVDs? Because that became,
yes, culture.
Okay,
the street. And you got to understand at that time, that was like a Jada Kiss, Locks, D Block.
You had to have
era.
D Block, Dipset, and G Unit on every DVD.
Right, that was that era. That was an era of spitters. That was what I think propelled or reinvigorated the MC battle culture. Because what people don't understand is at that time, Rough Riders was running around with Cassidy. You had Jay Mills on the landscape. You had a couple of guys out here who were like, that was a thing. Dudes were battling on the block. Like, no music. And you would battle for deals, stuff like that.
People would get deals by
battling. Like, that's how, he's nice. Bring him over to the studio. We're going to get crazy. Bring him to the block. Bring him by Justin's. Bring him by, people used to battle outside of Diddy's restaurant, Justin's, on 23rd Street in Manhattan. People used to battle next to Daddy's house, which is Diddy's studio in Manhattan also. You know what I mean? So guys would come up, and it was just a cultural form of expression. You know what I mean? But we just started to capture it and kind of bring it out there. But like at that time, that was the thing. You had to have bars. Dudes can run up on you. You got to start spitting. You got to have your rhymes ready. It wasn't necessarily as focused as you see battle rap today, where guys are specifically preparing for each other, and they know they're going to battle, and they're going to do research on your Facebook and get pictures of your grandmother and everything. It wasn't really like that. It was more so like, I got my rhymes, I got a couple of ill shots, and
I'm nicer than everybody. Yeah,
right.
I could,
and I'm gonna prove it.
Yeah. So y'all start putting the battles on there. Why did Smack DVD, the physical DVD, end in the street? Because I want you to clarify. Some people were saying he sold the brand to Cot to something like that, and then they wanted to release DVD quarterly, so y'all wasn't able to release to the streets anymore.
No, we did a DVD with Koch. That was just a one-off project.
Oh, okay.
Just something to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It didn't stop, the release. But what was happening was, as YouTube began to expand, you couldn't keep up, because like to release a DVD, you had to have a good cover. You might have Ludacris on one side, Jeezy on the other, right? But as phones began to advance and people started to get blogs and things like that, and radio stations began to record interviews. Wasn't fast enough. Not only that, like if you're a rapper and you at Hot 97, by the time you leave Hot 97, by the time you get to the couch, the mixer, the DJ, he's got a blog. He's gonna interview you.
Yep.
So stories became older quicker. Beats
Yeah.
got squashed faster. Is there any way we can settle it? And you put it on the internet. No, I'm sorry. Then the two guys are doing a song in a week.
And then you put your DVD out,
Yeah,
and they're like,
it's
"Why you
old
keeping
beats.
shit going? You starting
Right.
shit.
You
We
starting
crushed
stuff.
it."
You're instigators.
Yeah.
So that was a big part of it. And then just the money that we spent in traveling.
Yeah.
And getting on planes and flights and then trying to get information out in the right time and making sure the information is relevant when it comes out. And then, as you know, record stores began to diminish at a rapid rate.
So there's no
actual
outlets.
Point of distribution to place these things at. So all that played a big part in DVDs dying. You know, I think it was 2006, 2007, that year when YouTube really exploded.
It was a
they
wrap.
saw like there was a huge deficit in DVD sales.
2008, it was done.
Yeah, it was
That's
over.
By the time we started Forbes DVD, it was over.
Mm-hmm.
And I think y'all started Smack Tube 2009. It was over.
It's over.
What was the biggest DVD seller that you could recall?
Man, the Kanye joint did well.
Okay.
Kanye and 50, that did well. Man, the Beanie Siegel joint was crazy.
Yeah.
Redman joint was crazy. Like just all of those ones, man. Those key ones that everybody was watching, man. Those ones were really the ones that really took it out of here. The one with the game on the cover. All of those joints were really.
Did y'all like the competition? I know me and Fendi, when we was doing the come up, Fendi, Jordan Tower was doing the come up. We thought about what is Smack doing, what is Freeze doing. Like that shit meant something to us. Like remember, it was like a war. Like, oh, they got him on the DVD. He might have the same story. That's some bullshit.
We gotta hurry up.
Yeah, we gotta hurry up.
Yeah,
Was it competitive for y'all also?
Oh yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? You have to be. You know what I mean? Because you know, then there was the war. Then it was the war between Come Up and Cocaine City.
Cocaine City. I came after that.
Yeah, there was a lot going on, guys. You know, but it all helped.
The
It
culture,
all made it interesting. You know what I mean? Because really, it was worlds. Wasn't quite World Star. Like World Star has like a wide range of different stuff, but I mean it was just all the hip hop shit, the beefs, the arguments, the freestyles.
It was mixtapes on video.
Yeah, it was mixtapes on video.
Who was first? Was Craze All Access first DVD? I think he did the first DVD, right? Him or Night Sessions?
Night Sessions.
See, you remember
Emu.
Yeah.
Yo, that was crazy.
See, me and Beasley, y'all don't know. We have like this little hip hop battle that we try to stump each other on shit that's like, yeah, Beasley, but you don't know about this. One day we was in a club and we like, but who's such and such first? So we love the hip hop trivia shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a good interviewer too, even though he retired and shit. I had to, once I started doing my interviews, he quit and shit. But he used to be on this side at one point. Yeah. I think Craze All Access was first. Craze All Access first. So, all right, let's jump into when did the battle
exceed everything else?
The battle, yeah. Then it was just straight up the DVD Smack Tube didn't work for whatever reason.
Right, Smack Tube, man. We were kind of gray.
Yeah.
Trying something new. It was like, man, we don't know what to do. Or can't put the DVDs out anymore. How do we make this work? And then it was bandwidth. And then if we do, we can't control this. And the bill was too expensive every month. People watching the content. So, we didn't understand the whole thing of sharing. Because that's when the other sites were like grabbing the same shit. We're like, we had a hip hop mind state. Like, yo, we don't want the same shit
on the site,
on your site that's on our site. But we didn't understand, like, once you put something in the world, it's in the world. It's out there. Content is king. But once you put it in the world, it's out there. So, we tried Smack Tube for a little while. Didn't really work out. But we noticed that the one thing that on YouTube that was getting as many views as the interviews were the battles. And a battle is something that once it happens, it's like a fight.
It's forever.
It's two people are in a moment at a particular time. They're not going to be able to recreate that moment. So if you capture that content and control it, it's viable. So we started to just focus on the battles because it was something we knew we could control. I can't control Busta Rhymes, Ludacris, The Game, now they got all these blogs, outlets, websites. They can make their own videos. Cameras are more accessible. The technology is advancing. They can just put out their own content at that point. And what happened was, it got to a point for everybody where media no longer became about the interviewer or had any level of exclusivity. If you're an actor and you had a scandal, and a 13-year-old girl at a gas station walks up on you with an iPhone and gets the interview, it's going everywhere.
Yeah, she wins.
So that's how media is today.
But the battle was more
battle was exclusive, and I could control it. And that's why we stuck with the battles.
So y'all didn't. When did URL form? When was it like, okay, we're gonna do a league of battlers?
2009.
2009, and it wasn't that many battlers as it is now. It wasn't no leagues. I mean, you had Grind Time, you had a few other things, but URL was street. That's what I say about street. Like, it's not really them weirdo, hit you with the dresser, lesser type dude. I don't like that type shit. That's why I never fuck with nothing else. Who was it a point where y'all sat down with certain rappers and was like, we want to do this league, we need you, we need you, we need you?
Kind of how it went down like this, right? Like, we were still shooting content. We were doing some like independent stuff for different people, different streets, making them their own DVDs, but not really focusing as much on Smack. At the time, there was an ongoing battle between T-Rex and Math Hoffa.
Yes, sir.
That transpired on one of the Smack DVDs. And then, as you know, there's infamous Math Hoffa punch. It was that day.
Dose.
Right. He wanted to battle T-Rex that day. This is time before rhymes were pre-written. It was just bars for bars. So he wanted to battle him that day. They didn't battle, but it was a whole thing in his rhyme where he said T-Rex was scared.
I wanted to battle T-Rex, but he was scared.
Right.
Yeah.
So at the time, there was Grind Time. And Grind Time went and tried to get that battle. So we was like, man, they taking our battle, bro. Like, how, that's how
that
they
was
taking
our
our
build
battle.
up.
So something happened where, they were requesting a certain amount of money, the MCs. And I don't think they had the money at the time. There was a discrepancy about money. So they offered it to us. Do you want to pick up, what these guys are going to get paid? We said, yeah. So we took it, we shot it. We said we need to put some undercards on it. Put some undercards on it. Hence, you have URL TV. Then we were starting to think beyond just that one event. Like, how can we do it? Well, we got to make a league. What are we going to call it? We don't want to call it just some street name. We want it to be kind of like a universal, open, simple name. And then, I'm a big UFC fan. So I was like, what about Ultimate? There's Ultimate. It was like Ultimate Rap League. Very simple. And that's what it was.
Rest is history. Yeah. So T-Rex and Matt Hoffa was the first URL thing? Yeah,
that was the first URL main event, URL Big Battle. We had Cortez and X Factor on that card. We had Big T and, why am I drawing a blank right now? He's going to kill me.
Yeah.
The man from Ohio. Deacon Frost.
Okay.
And then we had Rich Dollars and Young Miles.
I think of Rich Dollars, I just think about the hand like this and the fucking Yankee hat.
That's my man.
So you do that. Was Lions Den before or after that?
Lions Den was before.
Okay.
Lions Den was before. Actually, at that time, when Lux was doing a Lions Den, he had we had done this event with this dude Faquan who ran off and disappeared.
Ran off on a plug twice.
Yeah, ran off on a plug twice. We had this battle. That was where Murder Mook battled Young Hot.
The World Series
Tech
of
9,
hip hop.
yeah.
My Son and Ines. Yeah. Lady Luck and Reese Steele.
Yeah, that dude vanished into the darkness. We ain't never seen him again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Did the Wiggly promoter move. But that was then. Then after that, we did that in conjunction with him. Then after that came the Lions Den.
Okay.
The Lions Den was going on. Lux was like, I'm saying, big baby.
Yeah.
I want to get that, get together with you. You know what I mean? So, but we didn't link up with Lux at the time. And then the other thing came, and then, so on and so forth.
So URL is on and popping now. Mm-hmm. How did y'all come up with these cards though? Because is it the UFC thing that you following again? Because UFC has UFC 24. What did you know?
Yeah, we try to give it a feel instead of just making it UFC 2. I mean, URL 1, URL 2, URL 3. You kind of think of names that get people charged up, that make sense or have some relation to the theme of each particular event.
So, how do y'all decide who do what? I would look at you as the guy who really goes in there and negotiates all this money. I don't know if Smack has the temperament or...
Smack don't have the temperament.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because...
Pay them niggas $100.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Is Smack... He's an OG.
But he does though. Like it's.
Really is he tired though? Like in the sense of he felt like a lot of these dudes wouldn't exist if it wasn't for his brand. Mm-hmm. Now it's like I want $80,000, and it's like motherfucker, I don't have $80,000.
The thing is, this is the thing that frustrates us the most. It's like anybody could charge whatever they want, right? I can't put a price on anyone's worth. I can only make offers as to what I feel is feasible and what we can actually get a return and possibly make a profit on. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, guys just come up with these numbers in their mind that they think that they're worth, yet they haven't gotten anyone else to pay them these numbers.
Is that Mook's fault? Because Mook put out the numbers first.
Right.
We didn't know what they got paid. But once he said, this is my number and this is what I want,
that's Harlem.
Then they started saying, well, if Mook want that, shit, I want this.
And that's what happens. And the guys...
So Mook, we blame you.
Guys kind of equate themselves to that. So, now you have social media. You have ways to kind of track people's following. So people will say, well, shit, he has 1 million followers. I have 500,000. That's hypothetically. Or just say he has 100,000 followers. I have 50. If he's getting this amount, I should get half of what he's getting. And that's what you end up with. But then you end up with a bunch of people who are going to outprice themselves out of the culture.
Y'all lost the battle that bothered me, man. I felt like Lux and Hollow is a URL battle.
Well, it started on URL.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be a URL battle, but the money got so crazy that we just made a collective decision to say no. And I went in and I enjoyed it as a fan. I thought it was a great battle. But if you look at what happened after, the company that put the battle on no longer exists.
Wow.
You know what I mean? The original core of the company, they changed names to a different name.
Yeah.
The same people that were involved are no longer involved. And there was no real big financial return. It crashed that company.
How do you feel as owning a league and you have all these celebrities that come, they want to get on the stage, they're going to be on stage promoting their brand, their hat, and this battle's going to get 300,000-400,000 views, and it's kind of promotion for them. I guess it helps your brand because Kevin Durant is there, but not singling him out, but they don't want to help invest in keeping this shit alive. Does that bother you?
Nah, not really, because it's not really anyone's responsibility.
Fuck that. They want to be on there getting all this shine. Because I'm going to keep it real with you. I love the Smack battle format, but I hate when I look back and I see like 600 people back there, and it's like, what are you up there for?
Right.
What are you there for? Mm-hmm. It's just like, I think that at this point right now is getting a little ridiculous because it's like an entourage, and then you got this dude that want to be the hype man for every bar, and this person is trying to grandstand the battle.
Yeah, because a lot of times what you have is when you got guys who want to be famous.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So sometimes they don't have a talent, but their talent is they're the toughest street guys.
Yeah. I'm the greatest
That's my
troll.
Talent.
Yeah.
What? Y'all shut up. You ain't gonna do nothing.
Talk to this nigga. Talk to this nigga.
You just like, real bro. Man, please.
Right now y'all canceled Summer Madness. Why? I know you explained it on different platforms, but why?
We canceled Summer Madness for a number of reasons. A lot people don't understand, man. Like when that shooting happened in New York City,
that crippled.
It really made it tough because you have to understand, like, when people are, for the artists, you know what I mean, it's cool because they can just easily go around the country. You know what I mean? But this is something that takes a lot to move. It's a lot of moving parts with URL. You know, you got 12 MCs, at least in one match. You may have to fly to another market. The economy is different, so you can't charge the same price on the ticket, but yet the artists don't want to lower their fees. And then, like, you know, it's just New York is the Mecca. It's a centralized area where people appreciate this form of hip-hop entertainment. It's known area for lyricism. You know, if you go further down south, their entertainment is more so the trap music and the music that we spoke about earlier in the podcast. It's not really a lyricism-based markets. So you kind of got to be out here, but then you're trying to find something that can hold a capacity where you can recoup what you put up. Then, you know, there was a couple of artists who were really trying to charge some outrageous rates for their services, money that they're not getting from anyone else, but that they want to turn around and ask for double the money from us. So it's just like that coupled with just trying to secure the right venue, and then by the time they did give us a venue, it was on the wrong day, and it was too short a time to promote, to really get the word out. So all of those things kind of aided in us making a conscious decision not to do it, because you don't want to walk anything you do is a gamble, but you don't want to walk into something knowing you're going to lose.
The other battle y'all lost was Lux and Mook, which I hated that shit on Total Slaughter. I was like, it just...
I think it would have been a totally different battle.
It would have been closer.
I mean, who knows who would have won? I'm not taking anything away from Mook or Lux. I just think that was an audience that didn't appreciate the culture. They didn't really know. A lot of them were just Eminem fans who
Joe
showed
Budden
up,
fans,
and maybe that don't actually follow battle rap or have an understanding of the culture or the things that are going on with it. I didn't like the setup, you know what I mean, of it, you know, just the way that everything was structured. I just didn't feel like a battle to me. It didn't have the grind.
Arsenal was the star of the night to me, though. I think Arsenal still did his thing.
Shout out to him.
Why are you not you don't talk winners and losers. You're not biased. But other people that's URL affiliated will go and say, oh, such and such got 3-0. Do you not like that?
You mean other staff members?
Well, Nels in particular. She likes to...
I mean, it's Nels, man.
Do you wish she didn't do that?
I kind of wish, but I don't think people... I mean, not to take anything away from her, I don't think they take it as much to heart as if it's me smacking.
Okay.
Saying it, you know what I mean? Because it's like... Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone is a part of what we're doing, but everyone just works in a different capacity. So I don't think it coming from her, or maybe even Norbs, because Norbs is known to agitate people.
Yeah, he's a troll.
He's a jerk.
Yeah,
he's my brother, but he's a jerk.
Yeah.
So people don't see it in the same way. But if you have someone such as myself or Smack who hardly ever comment or give commentary on battles, and then I just come out of nowhere and I say this one got 3-0, then the people would be mad at us, because it'd be like, you can't say that because you're kind of giving direction to people's decisions.
Do you feel sometimes like, damn, he just got his ass
all
whooped?
the time.
Yeah.
We talk behind the scenes like,
Okay.
woof.
Okay.
This is nasty.
So being that, do you comment? Do you at least give your opinion on other battle leagues battles?
Yeah, I can do that.
So
that has nothing to do with me.
So Mook and Lux, we all agree that Mook won that night.
Yes.
Lux and Hollow, who won?
When I was in the building, I said Hollow to Don. Because it was over. Everyone was like, Hollow. And I felt that he won. That was a very close battle. It depends on how you judge it. But then Lux says some things that
shit was dope,
later
man.
on.
Yeah,
so
Lux was incredible.
That one I would have to watch again. I can't really... I mean, in the building, I left feeling that Hollow to Don won. You know what I mean? But then watching it again, I'm like, holy shit, Lux. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I think the fans won. I think we won.
The fans won, yeah. I love that battle. That was like my favorite battle that year.
Has it been battles where you've been disappointed in the turnout of the performance of the battlers, where you just like, yo, you're not fucking getting paid, man?
All the time, man. Dudes come choking, messing up. trying to do a million battles and then they're not prepared. Stuff like that happens often. So you got it's and you don't see them, and then they get mad. Then they go, "Oh, I'm being blocked. Why am I not getting booked?" And the fans, "Oh, you should let so and so come back." The fans are the most forgiving people when they're not paying for it.
When it ain't on their dime, right?
Oh, you should just pay him. You guys are being cheap. Or, they count your money. Oh, they made this amount of money. They should just go ahead and just pay him whatever he wants.
When y'all first started, y'all was doing crowdfunding to release the battles. Why didn't that work?
We had something where we just asked for donations, but it didn't really, we knew we were going to bring the battles out regardless. It worked for a little while. But at that time, people forget we were doing we were still paying people and doing events for free.
Yeah, pro bono.
Dudes $10 to come in, $20. That's like unheard of battle prices right now.
Also, B Magic ran off on a plug.
Oh man, did he?
How does that get resolved? Because me personally, from where we from, when somebody run off with your money, you kind of get shot.
Well, I mean, it's gonna get resolved.
You get shot.
B Magic has agreed to pay the money back.
So he doesn't want to battle Av?
He doesn't want to battle him. I gave him numerous opportunities. I told him,
come on, Magic, you one of my favorites, man. You can't be.
No, man, I made every possible concession to make that happen. I offered to fly him up that week, the following day. Do you need 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month? Every possible way that I could make that battle happen, I offered it to him. He declined and chooses to pay back the money. So
wow,
let's see if he pays the money back.
Will we ever see Lux, Mook, Hitman Holla, Arsenal back on the URL stage?
Yes, you will.
Does that something that you have to outsource the money outside of the company? How does that work for people who don't? Because they think that you got like a few M's in the bank somewhere. You're just being greedy.
I mean,
Because but even if you have a few M's,
right,
it has nothing to do with the company.
Right, it's not business. People have to separate personal from business.
Okay,
you know what I mean. I don't have a few M's though.
Yeah.
Cost money from you, but like it's like with anything else. Like if you have a viable brand, you can get investors and you can work it out where you pay your investor back and you eat. So if you have something that's valuable, there's always a way to get money. It's just I don't always go to an investor if I don't think the money's going to come back.
Yeah.
Why am I going to do that? And then I don't always feel good giving someone money and then they're making more money than we are and we're taking all the risks.
And then some of them are half-assing you these days.
Right, half-assing me. You're not showing up. Then you're leaving with more money than I did, and I took the risks. And people are okay with that. They're like, well, just give them the money and do whatever.
I know you're not supposed to be biased. You're not really supposed to speak on. Well, it's not. But who is impressing you this year? Like, who are you like?
Rum Nitty. Ill Will just came back.
He's back.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's back. Classic battle. Like, that's either way.
Av is fire.
Yeah, definitely.
I like Mike P. I still like DNA. I like these are people who I know are gonna perform
every night.
No matter what they say about DNA, he always shows up with 3 rounds. He's always there on time. He performs. He never chokes. He messes. He gets it done. You know what I mean? Who else? Tay Rock.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just a couple.
The 2-on-2s. Are y'all gonna continue that or?
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Okay.
It was successful.
Are you NWX biased? Keep it real.
Am I NWX biased?
That's family. Like,
yeah, it's family, but I don't.
How do you separate the family from the business?
Well, I don't. There's no judge.
Okay.
Right. So there's no way I can say, oh, okay, well, you're, NWX, people were making themselves hot. They came and did some marketing and boosted themselves up. They made themselves hot. Like,
yeah.
They went around. They battled everywhere. They kept going. DNA's dropping freestyles every week. He's on World Star Hip Hop. He's up at Revolt. He's doing
shout out to that kid.
He's working, dog. So,
and it's funny because I used to be real hard on DNA because I saw his potential. And then once we kicked it, he just did some of the shit that I wanted from him, and now DMA
every week
get come back.
Every week he shot a video. The last 3-4 weeks, full videos. You know what I'm saying? Pushing them shits, getting them on the, coming up with creative. Him and Conceited did the sneakers or the jerseys. Then last week he did the Nas Rewind video. He did that. That went on World Star and a couple other blogs and sites. Then he went up to Revolt. Then he's on Flex. Then he's working.
Question: T-Rex versus K-Shine. Is that gonna happen on URL? Is
Yes,
that something?
it is.
It's gonna happen.
Yes.
Do you know when it's gonna happen?
Beginning of next year.
Ooh, 2017. So you heard it here first. Is it already something that they are willing to do?
They're already willing. They're both in.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Lately, it's been a little bit of shoving and pushing. How do you avoid that between Rex and Shine though? Because they have the same temperament.
I mean, they're both going to have to establish a certain level of control, man. I think that they'll be able to do it.
Will Summer Madness return?
Oh yeah.
Gnome.
Gnome is November 20th.
Okay, November 20th. Who's the headliner of that? Because this will be out definitely before then.
How soon is this coming out?
I'll save it if you're gonna, if you're gonna give me the announcement.
You can, hopefully within a week we'll have.
Okay,
everything out, so. All right. I'm gonna give you the card.
Yeah, give me the card.
And I'll let you know when I'm putting the trail out.
And then I'll drop it to say, all right, sound good, sound perfect.
We got DNA and Daylight
versus Daylight.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You got T-Top versus Surf.
Whoa.
You got Arsenal versus Briz Rothstein.
So Arsenal's back.
You got What did I say? How many was that so far?
3.
You got him. You got Charlie Clips going up against Ill Will.
Whoa.
And Tay Rock versus Rum Nitty.
Whoa. Great card. When you put a card together like that, Clips won some money, Arsenal won some money, Surf won some money. How much would that shit set you back? I just want clarity for the fans because we
spend money, man.
Yeah,
it's
it's definitely money, 6 figures, right?
Not on this one because we had a couple of unique situations.
Okay.
Not to be that. I mean, if I'm going 6 figures, I mean, a building can only generate 6 figures. So, I could get certain prices, but some guys want more. It all depends on the situation and where they're at personally, what they're willing to accept. It fluctuates. But in this particular instance, we didn't go 6 figures because you only can get 6 figures out of the building. If you sell every single ticket, you would only probably be able to make like $100,000 out of the building.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's 1,000 people.
There's one more thing that I wanted to cover with you. The females on URL. Do y'all not really fuck with that because of Queen of the Ring, or do you try to do like?
Well, we do them once in a while, but Queen of the Ring definitely is the
female league,
the premier league for female battle rap. They're the ones that have put in the most time, dedication, and effort. And we have a huge reach, but we work in conjunction with them, on some of the battles. But at the same time, it's like we do have probably the biggest reach and social impact within the battle culture. So, like, if I just started doing wild all-female cards, it would be a direct conflict with what they're doing. And we're
y'all got a good rapport. Yeah, no, I like the way y'all work together.
It's just not classy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to start making these, and then it causes disruption with them because then these girls might turn around and be like, well, I'll just go directly on, you know what I mean, on URL or whatever. So we do them once in a while because we do one, but we're a little, we pick the ones that we like, the matches that we want to get, and we just knock those out.
One last question. Will we ever see a URL versus King of the Dot?
I don't want to say never, but it's not something that we're interested in. It doesn't help URL at all.
Who does it help though?
It helps anyone else that we go against.
Okay.
Because there's such a large number in terms of viewership that we're ahead of all the English-speaking leagues. There's one league called in the Philippines. They're retarded. Their numbers are crazy, but that's, non-English-speaking league. But in terms of English-speaking leagues, in terms of social impact, in terms of numbers, URL is far ahead of everyone else. Like the competition, if you want to call it competition, which I don't think that we have, we're 100 million more views more than anyone else that's close to us. Over 100,000 subscribers, and you know how it is to collect subscribers.
Yes,
YouTube
very
is
hard.
difficult. So it's like to have that. I just feel like it would be a plus to the other league because there's nothing that we can share.
And how would you split the footage, right?
Right. How do we split the footage? And then just why? Like if somebody's watching,
like why, right?
If somebody's watching battle rap, period, and you have the bigger league, I'm sure they watch. Everyone that's watching that is watching URL. You know what I'm saying? It's not like because people psych me out with this shit like, oh, we should get international. We need to go over here. And if it's so big, it would be more views. It would be more subscribers. It would be all those things. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The other leagues can't function without using URL talent on the card. It just won't work. I can do a whole event without anyone from overseas or anyone else. I don't need to use them. We have our own guys. URL develops the majority of the talent that you see in battle rap. Mm-hmm. Yes, there are smaller leagues, and we need them because they bring attention to the artists, and then we grab them from those leagues, and then we put them through the proving grounds, and then we bring them up, through to URL. And they're needed, just like in MMA. You have 1 million MMA promotions, but everybody wants to be in the UFC. Mm-hmm. So they go through a whole system and a process of getting the attention of the UFC. Maybe they go on the Ultimate Fighter show. Maybe they start on some of the smaller
Bellator
cards or whatever, and then they eventually work their way up. I just think that us versus someone else, you typically when you go against someone, it's thought that there's some level of competition there. Mm-hmm. There's some reason why I'm going to go against this person. Now, if there's a league that's coming up, and they're doing, and I also believe that we have two different genres of battle rap.
I agree.
I believe URL is more street based, and it's a different feel and
even
a vibe.
Though keep it real. Sharon did well.
I'm not saying that they can't compete. I'm not saying that. I'm not disrespecting them at all. I like what they do at King of the Dot. I think they're the kings of their genre, and we're the kings of our genre of battle rap. But I think there's some points where they do have some guys that could compete over here. But I think there's a culture shock there. I think there's certain things that we'll say in our rhymes that they just won't get because they don't understand the slang, or they're not from those neighborhoods, or they don't have those experiences or forms of expression where they can kind of connect us to what the guy is saying when he's telling a particular story, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. So I just don't see a reason to do it. You know what I mean? It doesn't. There's been tons of battles that have happened on their platform with URL guys, right? And whether you think they won or lost, the viewership on those battles is not any higher than any guys that I have that are just over here. So it's not going to be a viewership thing. There's no boost. And what it does is it just opens up them to our audience. You know what I'm saying? So it elevates them more than it's going to elevate us because their people are obviously watching our stuff because there's such a disparity in viewership.
So the contracts, is that still taking place? Or is that
Yes, it is.
Disaster, okay. Mm-hmm. Will Disaster ever battle on URL again?
Yes. I speak to Disaster all the time.
Okay. Are you interested in Disaster versus Math Hoffa again?
Not interested in it. I mean, if it's an MMA match,
oh yeah.
I would like to see it so they could settle their differences and be done with it once and for all. You know what I mean? It would be tough, to bring Disaster to New York because I'm pretty sure that Math Hoffa is going to be, at the venue.
You're going to get your ass.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that, Disaster is scared or
but
or
it is
anything
what
like
it is.
that, but I don't want to have
that blood on your
that
hands if something
element if
happens.
something happens to either one of them. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't. That's not something that I would do.
Dream battle for Beasley would be to put who versus who.
You know, I don't. There's not one that I'm really like dreaming. You know what I mean? It's not. I just want what we're doing to be bigger. That's all. I just want to get it bigger. I want it just to have more respect. I want to increase. I think it has become its own industry, but I want it to become just a little more. And the rappers be like, we don't believe you. And I tell them, I was like, I want to make it so that the guys that battle are driving Benzes and living in condos, because what that does is people only go off of what they see, right? So if they see that now all of a sudden they respect it more because they believe that there's money. Even when people find out that our tickets are $75 for that, for real,
Yeah.
You know, and then now people have begun to respect it, and that was the goal when we set out to do it, is to put it in the Irving Plazas, put it in the Webster Halls, put it in the Gramercy, every place else that, you know, you see regular mainstream performances. I want to see battle rap in those performances, and I think that aided in its growth. And people seeing, holy shit, Drake is there and Kevin Durant. It's packed out rear to rear. The tickets was $100 a ticket. That is what has helped it get bigger to this point.
Is the goal?
And you'll see it in other forms of culture.
But is the goal the Barclays? The
Barclays, yes, the Staples Center.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna keep it real with you on here on this shit. I thought Lux and Mook build up was so powerful, and y'all could have sold that shit to where that shit could have been in a stadium. I think if that was a URL battle, that could have been in a stadium. Because at that time, Lux was just coming.
You gotta understand something, man. There's a lot of people that have come in and tried to do what we do, and even though we're independent and we hustle and we put it together, there's a certain authenticity that comes with you because we were like not saying we invented actual people battling, but I think in terms of putting a spotlight on it, on this particular style of battle rap, the acapella form of battle rap, and bringing it to the masses, I feel that we were responsible in that through the Smack DVDs. So when you see something and you see the characters and like, that's how you really want to see it. You know what I mean? So when you look at it, like you said, I wanted y'all to do it over there. The battle's still happening. It's just not happening where you want it to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not. It's like watching Hulk Hogan on some weird
TNA or some
it's
shit.
like it's not.
The fuck
you want the WWE. You want Vince McMahon breaking a chair on his back and locking him in a limousine when he's supposed to have his retirement match or something. You want to see.
What about Jay Mills? Did y'all ever speak and almost seriously talk to him coming?
I mean, we've spoken to him, but the money that he wants is just not in the culture right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There will be a time when people can get $100,000 a night. You know what I mean? I would love that to happen. I need that to happen.
Because once they get 100, that means you getting 3, right?
Exactly. And it just makes it bigger, because then the girls respect it. Then they're into it, then it becomes a phenomenon, and that's how things grow. That's how the UFC grows. When they first were in there and it was underground, now they're taking it to Vegas. It's on pay-per-view. Now people view it more as a sport, and they respect it more. When people see that people are living off of something, or they'll be able to sustain themselves off of an art form or something, that's when they respect it. That's when people, when the labels start looking at it and people want to get involved and bigger sponsors come into play, that's what makes it grow. That's what keeps it elevating to the next level.
Will y'all get St. Louis back on there, or is that like crazy?
Yeah, I speak to A-Verb all the time.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Would I hire B Magic again? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
You get your money
tough.
after your battle, nigga. Yeah. Holla. Hitman Holla.
What about him?
Is he coming back?
I would like for him to come back.
Okay.
We have our our ups and downs. He says his things about me and I say things about him, but it's all, there's still a respect there.
How big was Surf and Suge been on URL?
Surf and Suge?
How big would that battle have been on URL?
think it would have been big. I think, not to take away from any other leagues, but it's just reality. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, like they can battle someplace else and people will watch it and they want to see it, but it's gonna feel different on URL. It's just different. It's how you used to seeing it. You see Smack, you see the beard, you see the regular faces around,
shit.
the crowd,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the light. You got the banner in the back. Yo, yo, yo. It's just a vibe. It's part of the battle.
People are starting to complain about the crowd a little bit now. Like the crowd is doing too much. Are they doing too much sometimes?
Yeah, they do sometimes.
Yeah, like calm the fuck down.
I complain about the crowd, even the guys on the stage. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, it's okay, man. Y'all can watch from down below. That's why they have on mics. You can see everything. That's why there's a stage. It's a performance venue. You can see.
The greatest moment, and I don't want you to answer this and think that he should get extra bread but was You Gonna Get This Work the greatest moment in battle rap history so far?
I think that night was
magical.
Was a great night. That was a breakthrough day in general for battle rap because it caught a lot of people off guard, including Diddy and Busta. Like, you ever speak to Busta, he tells, yo, son, came through the back. I heard it was mad quiet, and then niggas opened the door. I never seen the venue packed like this. Dudes on the walls on the house. It's crazy. This is retarded, So it showed people, like, even in the industry, like, yo, what is this? It is this underground subculture with no radio promotion. No radio promotion, no TV, we're packing the buildings. You know what I'm saying? We have the records.
But when Jay-Z tweets, "You're gonna get this
right.
work,"
now you're permeating, the culture.
And that's what Lux say. I want 80,000.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, but it's not there yet, but it's getting bigger. So it's like, it's tough for the battle MCs because it's hard. It's the worst thing you could do is be famous but not have the money match your fame. But we're just doing a good job at promoting. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that people want to see, but it's not anything that's really tangible. But then you see guys making certain moves like Hollow the Don. He's selling clothing and he's doing voiceovers and he's finding a way to use his celebrity to generate income. You guys got to get a little more creative. And I think that they're kind of thinking from the record company model where you sign, you drop the music and the video, and then people go and purchase and buy into what you have. Well, I think people got to understand that they have to buy in. You have to sell the people something that come up with a shirt, a pen, a hat, a lighter, or some other way to sell yourself to make yourself popular. But I think it will grow. It will get there. I mean, if you told people, 6 years ago, I'm going to go downtown and I'm going to rent Irving Plaza and I'm going to sell it out at $100 a ticket, and it's just going to be guys rapping with no music that nobody knows that are not signed on stage. They would laugh in your face. There's no way. Even when I was working up at Atlantic recently, on Asylum, when I was really getting URL started, I would bring a lot of the guys through, and I would tell them what I was doing, and these A&Rs and other people in the building would just give me like this little sneer, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what is he doing? He's wasting his time. That's you know what I mean?
That corporate
like, that
shit.
Fake shit. Like, I see you doing your thing, man. And, you know what I mean? Now you see a lot of these dudes, nobody got jobs no more.
Y'all fucked up in the game. Should have listened.
You know what I'm saying? And now I feel like that's one thing I'm kind of proud of. Like, it was something that we believed in, and then we just stuck to it. And we didn't know the direction that it was going to go in, or if it was going to be able to make money for us. But we ended up finding a way to where, we're making some money from something that we enjoy doing on our own time. Do I want more? Of course, we all want more. I want it to be bigger. But I do think that we have created a lane for dudes to eat, for dudes to make money, for guys to survive that don't have deals, that can just run around, tour the world, and make money. You know what I'm saying? From it. But it comes with there's good that comes with it, and there's bad that comes with it, because the very guys that you help create come at you like they don't know you. You know what I'm saying? And so.
All right, so that's what it is, man. We here. No Filter Podcast. We got Beasley in the building. Give them all your social networks.
Yes. You can follow me at Beasley NYC. That's BEASLEY NYC on all social media, Instagram, Twitter. Follow the URL movement at URL TV, on Instagram and on Twitter. And follow my boy Smack White, Smack the Face, the leader, SMACKWHITE at Smack White on social media as well. And log on to www.urltv.tv.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Make sure you come out November the 20th for Gnome 6. It's going to be crazy. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and on urltv.tv. Make sure you guys are in the building. It's going to be great.
Yeah, because y'all keep saying y'all want this, y'all want that, man. You're going to have to start investing in shit that you say you want.
Gotta support, man.
Gotta support.
I tell people all the time, like, you got all these arts like ballet and opera and all this stuff is funded
fencing
by
and
those
shit.
people.
They
fund it. Lincoln Center and all, they fund this stuff. The arts, they fund it. We gotta treat it the same way. People have watched this shit all day long. You ask them to put up $1 or $2, I ain't paying for that. They don't value it. And then when you don't do something, they get mad, but it's free content and you don't want to pay for it.
That's and some of y'all are watching it and you don't even want to subscribe. But you subscribe to dogs throwing up and shit like that, or fucking monkeys shitting on each other. That's what you subscribe to, but you love battle rap.
Or you'll buy an album, but you know that the artist only has 2 songs on a 16-track album. 2 good songs. You'll buy that album every time and try to hype yourself into liking that album in the car and on the go, but won't buy a pay-per-view stream. Well, I'm going to wait till it gets bootlegged, or...
Who got the
crazy.
link?
Right.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's fucked up. All right, so yo, Beasley, I want to thank you for your time, man.
Thank you.
We out of here.
Yes, sir.
All right. I got to get the fuck out of here. Thank you for listening to Doggie Diamond's No Filter Podcast. If you like this podcast, make sure you share this. Spread the word. Talk about it. Argue with me. I don't give a fuck what you do. Leave a comment. This is Doggie Diamonds. I'm out of here. See you on the next podcast. Peace. Doggie Diamonds did this. Did this. If you're wondering why you subscribe to this channel but you don't know that new videos are being uploaded, that's because you have to also turn the notifications on. By the Doggie Diamonds TV subscribe button, you also have to click on the bell. That's turning on the notifications. So every time a new video is uploaded to this channel, then you'll be notified that a new video is uploaded. Make sure you hit that bell if you want your notifications on. Peace.